Say hello, everybody. It's Vitali here at Red Barn Productions, and we're back. And for those of you who don't know, I was a mechanic for many, many years. However, I've been out of the game for a long, long time. But I've got a project that I've got to work on it, and I'm not taking it to the dealer. Before we get too far in this video, I want to say that we are not going to be hooking this up to the vehicle today. We're just going to unbox it, set it up, update the software. We're going to check the Wi-Fi. We're going to check the Ethernet port and stuff. And the reason I say we're going to check the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet is because there was some videos up on YouTube that said some of these, the Ethernet ports did not work on and stuff like that. So we're going to check that out. Hopefully I got one of the good ones. I actually have not opened this box yet. I've cut the tape to make it easy to open. So if I open this up and it's not right, I'm going to be just as surprised as you are. Only here, folks. Okay, when we open the box, we have a USB cable. And right off the bat, I noticed something that the other clones did not have. This one's actually got the keeper that holds the cable into the MDI device with the screws. So we're going to set that to the side. A little thank you letter. Stickers. OBD2 cable. We're not going to need that for this video, so I'm going to set it to the side. And the MDI device itself. And it actually looks like we are missing some software and a sticker. I'll have to check the description. But I'm a stickler. I want what I'm supposed to be getting. And we are going to need this. So let's. Now, I'm not going to attach the holder to this video. We're just going to set that out and we're going to put these screws back in here. I do not have a second microphone set up to pick up the sounds that this little device makes when it fires up and cycles and all that. Now, one of the things that you'll need is a 12-volt AC power supply, because these do not come with one. However, it just so happens that my lights come with the correct power supply to run this. I know this because I have a JDAG Pro Elite 2. We're going to plug that in right there. Now, you notice when I plugged it in, it said the car light came on, but it's actually going through the cycle here. And it's going to make a chirp and a beep here in a second. There we go. So that's working correctly, just like the real deal. Let's see if the power button works. That's working correctly. And then you can see right here. Now we're going to check the properties and stuff. Now these serial numbers are all the same on these clones so far. And I think if you get the one of this particular serial number, it's one of the better ones. Okay. You know what? Let's put this in update mode and see what it says. You're going to hold this until that flashes a red light. There we go. Here in a minute, this should come up and say recover mode. Now we're in recover mode. And we're going to click recover. We're forcing it to say that it's out of date. And we're going to start to update. Now this is based on older technology, so it's pretty slow. Yes, I drink, I smoke, and I cuss. So yeah. Now I specifically do not have the TIS 2000 software, so I will be strictly using AC Delco TDS's TIS to web. So once this all gets sorted out, we're going to move on and check the Ethernet port and the Wi-Fi, because this is the Wi-Fi version, even though it doesn't say Wi-Fi. I also have a Tech 2 clone coming that should be here tomorrow. Now, the reason I'm going to go ahead and update the software is this is a clone. It came from China, and you just don't know what they put on it. So we're going to reflash it to the actual Bosh software from Bosh themselves, directly off their website. That's where this comes from, and that way we know we've got a clean install of the firmware. It's an updated firmware. It's safe. We know exactly what's on it, and then it should just work. You know, it should work fine over on the AC Delco side or any number of other sites that access uh, the MDI. And you may run into some problems on the software side, like over at AC Delco DTS, because they want you to run it on a specific type of machine. They want you to have Windows 10 Pro. They don't want it to be a home built computer. Blah 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 blah. And I can assure you that this computer sitting right here is better than anything that they're recommending. They just won't support it because it's not OEM. It's not like a Dell, or it's not HP. It's not Panasonic. But I don't run 20 years in the past. I don't have a Windows XP system here anywhere. Haven't had for 15, 20 years. I don't remember when XP was, but I know I haven't had an XP machine in forever. like I said, this is a little slow. But if you're like me, it's worth it to go through all this. I've got a 2006 Cadillac CTS that I took in on a deal, and it runs fine, but it's the typical CTS. Fuel gauge isn't working, temperature gauge isn't working, security code light is on. Uh, if you've ever had one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I've actually got a pretty good little Altel FX 9000 code scanner down here in the bunk, and it got me a lot deeper than one of those cheap ones from like AutoZone or whatever, but not deep enough. Uh, in my mind, I know that we're going to probably have to replace the ECM or the BCM or both, and I have both on hand. But I'm not going to go to take it to a dealer because they won't install the parts and program it. The only way they'll work on it is if they sell you the ECM and they sell you the body control module, and then they'll program it. And if I had to do that, that's more than the car's worth, I think. Okay, we're going to let this get restarted. We'll check it, and then we're going to check the Ethernet and the wire. We'll just wait for it to go back to its boot up cycle here. Okay, let's start with the wired. I've already come in and set that up and enabled it. So we are going to close that. We are going to unhook the USB cable. And we are going to plug in an Ethernet cable, which I've already got this running to an access point. We're going to reboot this. Go through this again. Oh, look, it showed right up. Power back up here. We could have probably just left it on and plugged it in and it would have been fine. There we go. Looky there. And the Ethernet port is working on this one. Okay. We're going to plug this back up for this part of it. I'll bear with you. My eyes are bad. The light's not too good. Okay. Let's enable connect via USB for this. Come back over the network. We're going to enable the wireless. I need to look at the access point. No, actually, I need to do something else. Hold on. And we're going to come over to my quick set. And we want this to use that. And we want it to use that one. Configure. There we go. They've got it all working. So let's unhook this. Unhook the Ethernet. And let's click on it and connect via Wi-Fi. See if that works. I don't remember what protocol that uses. Yep. Well, it's connected, or it sees it. Yeah, it's not going to connect. I'm going to have to hook the Ethernet. See, I'm going to have to, yeah, I'm going to have to check, see what that is. Now, I don't remember what protocol that's using for the Wi-Fi. Let's connect this right quick. Connect. Let's come to the network. Wi-Fi, da da da. Let's come over here. Why is it not seeing my BGNN? It should see that. There it is. Oh, you know what? Let's try that one. That's my repeater outside. It may be a little low there. But it is a 10-100, not a 10-100-1000. See if it connects. Okay. You know what? We'll just use the Ethernet. It's going to make me use the USB to configure it. Okay. We come over here. Maybe you can only have one of them enabled at a time. I will figure that out. But I think this is going to be more my wireless. So I don't see why I can say that's 100 out of 100 when that's plumb across the yard, and this was right here in the room with me. Let's try that. Well, that's working. So we will sort out the Wi-Fi. I'm tongue-tied and I'm tired. I'm going to imagine that's going to be with my access point and not the MDI itself, because I have an access list and all that, which I turned it off, but I don't think it took. Or the other thing is going to be is I think this actually runs on an older standard of Wi-Fi, like A or B. I'll have to go research that. I've gotten out of that, like I said. One of the problems I'm going to run into with the Tech 2 is it actually needs a serial port on the computer to hook up to the computer. So I'm going to have to get a USB to serial port adapter. Fun, right? Anyway, until next time, this is Vitaly over here at Red Barn Productions. Uh, if the weather clears up and everything, we will try to get out to the car and get this hooked up into the car and show you how that works. That looks like. Until then, this is Vitaly. Y'all stay safe, and I'm out of here.